And there we go. Captain is ready. So let's get on with it. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Okay, oh man, I wasn't watching closely enough to see whether the pieces were the same there. Let's see. Yeah, completely uncertain. Gonna have to keep an eye out for that on the next game. It's a TST combination there somewhere. Let's see if that comes up on... Oh, who's ahead actually? Oh, okay, Nolan is ahead. See, square, line, S, square. Yeah, okay, not the same. Okay, oh, that's a V5 seed, so yeah, it's definitely not going to be the same in that case. So if you want to top out Nolan, and we're going to start that again with a V4 seed, which should hopefully work with V3. I presume it will. We'll find out. And that seed again is C2D336. Hey, and while we're kind of, you know, dilly-dallying and getting bits ready, why not, if you may have noticed that swanky little Hello Fresh square just conveniently covering Captain's hands there. Maybe you want to check that out. Type in !! Hello Fresh in the chat, you know. Get yourself some good food, some good healthy food. I mean, not to knock any of our other sponsors, but I imagine it's better for you than energy drink. I don't know. I didn't say that. But, you know, go for it though. It seems like a good thing. I've been tempted by it in the past. So, Captain is ready. Nolan is hovering free, so Nolan is ready. I'm going to assume that Nolan's updated the seed, so here we go again. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, now we're paying attention to those pieces. We've got Z, T, Z, T, Z. Wow, that is quite the starting sequence. So, let's see, Z, T, Z, T, Z, S, S, yeah, square, yeah. I think that starting sequence seemed the same to me. Certainly the first few pieces were. So it looks like we got ourselves a match. Not the, oh, nice little flip there from Nolan. And now has restored parity to the stack, but still very high up. Gets a Tetris though, so it's all good. And another one. So players both kind of... Oh, well, Nolan, I guess the Tetris ahead actually. But, basically keeping... Well, he's got the extra pieces to have had it. Basically, players keeping pace with one another. Oh, nice adjustment there from Captain for that line piece. Oh, Nolan kind of misshifting there. Almost certainly not going to be an issue for a player of his caliber. But does mean that efficiency will be harmed. So we're going to have to see how he burns out of it. And the answer is like that. Okay, both players doing good. We've got 100... Oh, no, there's a Tetris there. So 171,000 for the Captain, 176,000 for Nolan. So, yeah, Nolan a bit ahead on lines, I guess. So Captain with the marginal pace lead. But with both players being able to definitely pull out the stops when they come on level 19, and perhaps even just a little bit of kill screen play as well, all bets are off. It's kind of hard to know how this is going to go down. Oh, and some unfortunate pieces there for the captain, but manages to kind of clutch, get out of it, and get the Tetris, no problem. And there's the other one. And with that square, he is Tetris ready again. 290,000 for the captain, 297,000 for Nolan. Nolan, who's a stack, kind of... Oh, interesting going for the triple burn when the line was the next piece, but maybe the decision about that piece movement was committed before he could have changed his mind. And hey, he got a Tetris anyway, although, you know, maybe there would have been one extra Tetris there. Oh, nice adjustment with that J to accommodate the T. Nice little T-tuck there. 372,000 for Nolan at 93 lines. 343,000 for the captain at 85 lines. So the captain, a good kind of 2 Tetrises ahead, I guess, if they're going to kind of play 100% efficient between their current line count and Nolan's. And another Tetris. So these are, in fact, pretty insane paces from both players. You know, already broken 400k before 100 lines. Well, the captain has anyway. Nolan might have done it a few lines after the 100 lines. So 27 more lines for Nolan before. I just completely messed up the maths there, haven't I? These aren't insane paces. They're good paces. They're good, respectable paces. Nothing insane about them. Certainly better on captain's side. 482,000 through 112 lines. 532,000 for Nolan through 121 lines. So it is a good, respectable pace. Not quite a 600k pace, I don't believe. No. But there you go. With this Tetris, it's going to transition at 579. So excellent transition score. And another Tetris brings it to 603,000, breaking that 600k kind of barrier. Captain's still yet to transition, 530,000, and kind of board looking not the most accommodating, but getting some pieces to sort that out. Oh, and a nice last second adjustment to accommodate that Z. And with that Tetris, transitions at 577, so pretty similar scores, and then up to the 601k there with that Tetris. So pretty neck and neck, pretty even paces from both players now. Captain just very slightly ahead, but you know, it's going to depend on who survives and what they make of this level now that we've reached it. And oh, that hang of the J from Nolan will burn off cleanly, but is going to harm pace just that little bit. Just a few burns there that perhaps the captain won't need. Oh, I say that, but then look at that. There's the captain having to burn away 3 lines. And then going to have to burn away some more there. But there we go. Burnt them away. Gets the Tetris. 714,000 for the captain. 774,000 for Nolan. And yeah, both players off to the races. Ooh, nice kind of decision there from the captain. Kind of, you know, knew that you'd have to burn it away, but made the adjustment to stay efficient, get that Tetris. And yeah, the captain kind of been in a slightly precarious position since just not far into transitioning, but has still managed to stay pretty efficient throughout. But Nolan has started, although Nolan's board now also looking a little bit worrying, let's say. 939 for Nolan, but starting to stack up a lot of junk that is going to have to burn away. And we're at level 26, so there's only limited time to do it. Getting some good pieces for it, though. Getting some very good pieces for it. 958,000 for Nolan. 889,000 for the captain. And the captain's board, also in a similar state. So I guess with these kind of same piece sets, you can see that perhaps that was an awkward sequence for both players. Ending up with both players having junk on their board that they're going to have to get rid of. And yeah, Nolan is safe at 976,000 and level 28. So the... oh, it looks like Nolan is... Okay, thought Nolan was going to build up the kind of Tetris world before the transition there to maybe get like a kill screen Tetris there to extend that lead somewhat. But yeah, Nolan tops out at A14, so it's got the max. But the captain has A15, so the captain takes game 1. GG's. Double max out game for game number 1 of this blue bracket of the Challenger circuit. You love to see it. And the captain's just going to flex a little bit on kill screen there. Only a little bit, not very much. Not really any more than Nolan did. But great game, great first game. GG's to both players, but there was only one winner, and that is the captain. So if you guys want to increment the first 2 digits of the seed, so it should be D3, D336. And yeah, we got both players ready. God, they're really getting on it. Gotta love these players' respect for everyone's time. Just want to get in and play the games, get the job done. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So captain took game number 1. Is he going to take game number 2? That is what we're about to find out. Certainly, if we're just going on qualifying scores, the captain is the favourite, but qualifying scores often, don't tell the whole story. Okay, and we've got a seed that starts off again with maybe a slightly awkward kind of sequence, and but there we go. Both players getting 2 Tetrises out of it. Nolan has an extra burn. Yeah, captain getting that J all the way over to the left. That's where you want it. You want to build out that left. You'll love these, we were due to have a Masters on at this time, but these players are putting in a good show. Just making sure that anyone that turned up for the Masters isn't disappointed. Oh, look at that tuck setup from the captain. Those are the kinds of big brain moves that separate, challengers from hopefuls, from amateurs like me to professionals like these. And yeah, these players, actually, it's funny how often you don't see that in other brackets. Seems to be much more popular, maybe just anecdotally for me, from the matches that I've restreamed. Same piece sets is a lot more popular at the Challenger circuit than it is anywhere else, oddly. Like, more popular than it is at, say, Hopefuls, which, I don't know, maybe it's just coincidence, or it's just said, you know, it's just about the particular people that tend to be in these brackets. But, you know, it's interesting. And, you know, people might be wondering, like, why wouldn't everyone just do same P sets if, you know, if you have the capability to do so? And the answer is that, like, same P set seeds have fewer line bars, and it's just, you know, it can be hellish. Some of these seeds are really awful compared to what you're going to get if you just play the game normally. And that's a very nice dirty Tetris there from Captain, kind of keeping that efficiency up. Manages to just burn away those 2 lines and uncover the well and get that Tetris that was just sitting there. Hey, talking about Sidnev in chat, I was playing him on a Tetris Effect connected earlier. He was completely destroying me because of course he would. Like, he's in Masters. What's he doing playing people like me on Tetris Effect? It's just not fair, really. And we've got Piss Arse in chat. Do we have to censor that for YouTube? I mean, he can't help the name that he was christened with. Yeah, these players playing some good solid Tetris. Nothing too concerning. Captain having to kind of shift his well over to the other side to start burning off the top. It's going to harm the efficiency a little bit, and you can see that Nolan at 450,000 and actually behind in lines this time versus the Captain at 391,000. So a good 60,000 points ahead. And you got to wonder, is the Captain going to try and make that up at 18, or just going to, you know, is that going to influence his gameplay at all, the fact that he is now just slightly behind? Or is he just going to, you know, continue to play the best game? That's a surprising thing with this game and these tournaments and the way it works. So, you know, technically, you know, neither of these games are linked. We do have same piece sets now, which is nice, but you know, when it comes to like the you know, just technically nothing either player does affects the other player, and yet it does. Like, if one player gets, you know, particularly far ahead, then they can kind of slacken off a little bit. If another player gets behind, they might want to up their aggression, you know, take a few more riskier moves than they might have done otherwise to catch up, because you don't want to be playing off the back foot. And look at that, 531k transition for the Captain, but Nolan with the insane pace, 637k transition, I believe that was. So Nolan on a bit of a tear right now. Although that line dependency on the left will be filled in immediately and perfectly. Because of course, got the heavenly RNG here, helping out Nolan. And there's the Tetris. But the Captain has really just caught up. Like, you know, that little bit of burning to transfer the world back over. And the Captain is actually almost ahead. 694k for the Captain, 699k on the nose for Nolan. Yeah, both players now kind of engaging that extra gear. You know, that they've kind of made it through level 18, trying to, you know, maximize the efficiency there, playing it pretty casual, and now the real game starts. amusing comments in chat about how Das died. It may have died in the professional Tetris circuit, but it's very much alive and well in our hearts. Oh, I was wondering if the captain would have gone for the spin there, and he didn't, because he didn't need to. Oh, a bit of a spire starting to grow, though. And yeah, a bit unfortunate there for the captain. It is going to mean some burning, but not much he could have done, I don't think. 907k, though, so the captain is ahead. And has a dirty Tetris built, one row off the bottom. Oh, a misshift of that T is probably not actually going to do too much. So, yeah. There you go, and it's burnt away. Probably cost, I know, a line, if that. Given that the line hasn't come, probably didn't really cost anything. 982k for the captain. Now, kind of decidedly ahead. 938k for Nolan. Basically at the same line count. So the captain has reversed his fortunes. And is looking to take this game too, but it's not over yet. A15 for the captain with the max out. Nolan follows with A08. And there's another Tetris from Nolan, A42. Now both players on level 28, the last level before level 29. You know, 29 does follow level 28, as you might expect. But level 29 is when things change up. And you can see Nolan has shifted his grip and has started rolling. And the captain's building a huge center well. And yeah, I don't know that was really the best thing to do or not. But B57 for the captain, and the captain has topped out. Nolan now, has kind of blocked as well just before the 27, just before the 29 transition. And isn't able to get that L all the way over to the left. Tops out at A85, so the captain takes game number 2. GG's to both players. Another double max out kill screen game, as one might expect, I suppose, from players of this caliber. So yeah, GG's. So you just want to increment your DAS, increment your DAS, don't increment your DAS, but do increment your seed. Seed will now be, I think, what did it start with? E4? I have to go back up and read what the seed actually was, but yeah, that's right. E4 at the start of your seed now, so the whole seed is E4, D3, 3, 6. And Nolan is ready, wants to get back on it. Doesn't want the stimulants to wear out. The captain is ready. So we'll count it down again. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, interesting pieces to start off with. Nolan choosing to build a line dependency there and is rewarded for the decision and gets the Tetris. Meanwhile, the captain has just built quite a different looking stack and gets the Tetris from the first line. Interesting, you know, you've got same piece sets and yet the stacks immediately look so different. Oh, nice little adjustment there from the captain to get that Tetris, and here's the next one. So really kind of efficient play there. Interesting tuck setup with the J, was maybe expecting like an O piece sooner than it came for the OJ. I don't know. I can't decode these big brain moves. Okay, Nolan's board has a very troubling dependency there on the left. And the line piece comes just in time, but now we're going to have to burn out those 3 holes. And the captain had similar difficulty with that sequence, but has managed to stay, at least so far, pretty efficient. Not quite as much burning required from him. Oh, lovely setup there for the Tetris world, but gonna have to fill it in because the line isn't coming quite in time. But really interesting and you know, pretty novel and brainy play there from the captain. Still waiting for that line piece, and there it is finally. Building the didn't quite get the flip on that T and had to sacrifice that Tetris. Does still have the well for it, and there we go, the line comes, so there it is. Only really cost him a line, and looks like he's finally going to be able to get this well back over to the right side. The right side, which is the right side. So yeah, players pretty even scores after what looked like quite different kind of coping mechanisms for that particular sequence. 199,000 for the captain, 206,000 for Nolan, but Nolan is ahead by a good few lines, so the captain with the probably, yeah, that's Tetris and a half pace lead. Okay, Nolan's board once again looking just a little bit. I know it doesn't just a little bit. What's the word for, like, a single word for bad parity? Like unaffordant. Hey Sonny, good to see you. Okay, so Nolan is back at the bottom. Stack looking good, looking affordant. Good parity. Can accommodate any piece. Unaccommodating, that's the word that I was looking for. Oh, interesting little burn setup there from Nolan. Kind of quite nice. Like managing to kind of maintain the slope of the stack so that any piece could be accommodated. Though now starting to get a little bumpy. And yeah, nowhere to put that Z. Now, kind of similar to early on, now has a line dependency. Ooh, couldn't get that Z all the way over to the left, so now has two holes that he's going to have to burn out. Does burn it out though. And oh, doesn't get the line all the way over to the left, so needs that line kind of like yesterday, really. And does manage to get that one all the way left though, so no problem. Center well Tetris on column number 6, I do believe. Yeah, now looking for a line. In fact, it's actually going to start building a left well, but then the line comes early, so thinks better of it. Nolan now burnt down to the bottom, safe again. For 380,000, but the captain has used that opportunity to amass a lead. 468,000, so 80,000 points ahead, more or less. And we're 8 lines from transition. So the captain going into transition with a pretty nice looking lead, and has managed to stay more efficient with this particular piece set than Nolan has. And transitions at 519, Nolan already there at 415. So a good 100,000 point lead for the captain now. But that can just change in a moment, that's all it takes. Nolan playing pretty aggressive. But the line piece just coming in time. And there we go, building out the left again. And so there we go, so Nolan actually dealt with that transition of that awkward sequence post-transition a bit better than the captain. And that may mean that we're going to see this score lead from the captain shrunk just a bit. Maybe a bit sooner than you might have expected indeed. It's starting to happen. 543,000 for the captain, 506,000 for Nolan. And let's consider that Nolan was over 100,000 points behind at the start of this transition. And with that, Tetris has kind of shrunk the lead to... Well, okay, it's still a 65,000 point lead or so, but you know, that's a good shrinking. That's a good 50,000 point shrink. So it could still go either way. This is not an insurmountable lead by any means. Another Tetris for Nolan. Nolan playing pretty, I'd say, certainly mid-levels of aggression. More aggressive than earlier games, perhaps. Knows that he's got to kind of get the lead, possibly before the kill screen, because it does seem that in terms of kill screen point potential, the captain might be slightly ahead of Nolan. There's not much in it, though. I don't think either of these players are going to be kind of lining out on the kill screen. And, ooh, Nolan hanging that line on the right. Should be okay. There we go, there's another line, but it does mean that it's going to have to burn those lines off. But it manages to do so pretty efficiently. 758,000 points for Nolan. 839,000 points for the captain. The captain also behind 4 lines, so if that brings it to 871. Yeah, the captain kind of managing to re-establish that lead that he came into transition with. And we're at level 26 now, so there's not much time. And you got to wonder, how are these players going to play it? Because both of them are capable of rolling, but I'm not sure that either of them can rely on it. And the captain has a good lead, and this is going to be it. If the captain wins this game, the captain wins the set, or wins the match, however you want to talk about it. I don't know. I always kind of think of tennis with game, set, and match kind of thing. And oh, Nolan kind of misdropping some pieces as he switches stance to rolling. But maybe that was the right move, because has a Tetris and gets a post kill screen, a level 29 Tetris. So Nolan going in for it, but the captain has the max out at A80. So although the captain's looking like, yeah, that is going to be it for the captain at A83. So it's a chase down, but is it going to be possible? It's going to be difficult. Oh, manages to get the J all the way over. And it's burning it down. Nolan keeping the dream alive. 954,000. Still a good way to go. Needs a line. No, I said he needs a line. Maybe he doesn't need a line. Oh, no. Oh, that is going to be it. Blocks the left side. And I don't think he can get any pieces over that. Tops out at 962. But wow, what an attempt. What a valiant attempt there from Nolan. But captain completes the sweep. And like games like that, both these players were incredibly well matched. All 3 games pretty close. Only the last game not a double max out game. Excellent play from both players, but only one player can win, and that is the captain. The captain is going to go on to face the winner of the next match, which will be E flat versus Oscar Godinez. I believe it's been streaming for like the last kind of hour and a quarter at least, so he's going to be very warm. So let's switch back over to some of these wonderful slides that you can check out, and I'm going to set up the next scene, and then we'll have some more Tetris imminently. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I think both players are looking fairly ready. Let's have a look. So we have E flat on the left with the 1.3 PB apparently, according to the Tetris bot. Doing some warm-up rolling on level 29. We have Oscar Godinez on the right. I think perhaps the underdog for this bracket, the only player without, at least without a 1.3 PB set on the bot. I mean, I don't know if that doesn't mean, maybe he does actually have a 1.3 PB, but, or more. I don't know. Hard to know these days. But Oscar's definitely going to be more than ready. Been streaming for a long time. And let's hope that Ella's ready as well. I mean, you know. I mean, she guesses she's ready, so that sounds pretty good to me. I'm guessing these players aren't doing same piece sets. Otherwise, they would have set this up before now, I'm sure. So let's just get into it, I guess. Both players are ready. Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, I like it. Weezer lyrics going on in the background of E flat's Tetris window. Trying to think, what was something off the Blue album? Say It Ain't So, of course. Yeah, that's the one. I think that's Blue album, right? Pretty sure it's Blue album. Yeah, I know my early Weezer while they were still good. Controversial? I don't think so. It's you know, surely it's accepted fact that Weezer are just not that great anymore. Peaked at Pinkerton, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so E flat. Actually, looks like yeah, E flat going of rolling right from this early stage. No kind of hybrid tactics here. Wants to be ready, I guess, when that level 29 comes. Actually, I do actually quite like their covers album. That's probably the best thing they've put out in like decades, and it's due to the fact that those are all just great songs on it, and they do pretty good versions of it too. Like their version of Africa is actually pretty great. Like, I mean, you know, not going to say it's better than the original, but it holds up pretty well, which says a lot. Like, that's probably the one bit of modern Weezer that I actually still listen to. Oh, Captain, I didn't say your effects aren't allowed. You can absolutely have them. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe ask Pumpy, actually. Don't ask me. I can't imagine that any kind of background effects are great for stream quality, but I mean, I don't know. I think my computer's handling it. I can see I mean, it's maybe not so great for people that are streaming at lower qualities, but you know. I mean, if Ella didn't have her background on, we wouldn't have been able to have this chat about Weezer, right? I think that's very important in this this Tetris tournament that we spend some time talking about Weezer. So is Weezer like popular with the kids now these days? Is that you know, do people like Weezer now? Like people that didn't grow up with Weezer? Ooh, a bit of a couple of shifts or flips there from Oscar, I think. Maybe one causing the other. Does mean that he's gonna have to burn some lines. And is Ella like typing? Like, don't type. Play Tetris. Oh, Richard Wolf the Sixth, raiding with a party of 7. Thanks very much. Oh, and you know, I missed out Javan T's raid with a party of 2. That was like 48 minutes ago, so I'm sorry I missed that, but thanks to you too. Okay, Ella high, and the left not entirely built out, but it doesn't matter as the line pieces come in time. And there we go. All is good again. 418,000 points for Ella. 340,000 points for Oscar, who is still in a bit of a situation. Board not looking good, but got some time to burn it away. Thinks better of building that dirty Tetris there. Oh no, no problem. Oh, dirty Tetris for Oscar there. And that's going to help. And Arbaro with the resubscription, tier 1 resubscription. It's been subscribed for 15 months. So that's a year and a quarter, right? 3 months is a quarter of a year. That's right. 12 over 4 is 3. I can math. Okay, Oscar is clean again. That might have happened a few pieces ago. I was daydreaming about maths and Weezer. Oscar looking good, and actually, considering the amount of time spent burning, not a bad place for the transition. Can get one more Tetris. Going to need a line to do it though, like a superfluous line, and chooses not to, instead just building the stack to get the Tetris on level 19. 472,000 points for Oscar, but E flat well ahead, 605,000 points. And rolling away. Another Tetris brings it to 633. Oh man, Burrito Dad, like, watching without the commentary. How dare he? But that does mean that I could talk crap about him now, right? And he just won't know. Oh no, he's listening. No, abort. Nice kind of O-tuck there from Ella. Ooh, but doesn't quite roll that J all the way over. So it has been left with a... Wow, it's turned that into a left well Tetris. Pretty aggressive play, but it's going to work out, and there's that Tetris. And it's going to go for another one. So aggressive. There you go, burning it down though. There we go, that's more like it. Let's keep it safe. We've got to stay alive. 812,000 points for Ella. 679,000 points for Oscar. Both players on max out pace. Hopefully the pieces will cooperate. Oh, and Ella kind of not in trouble, but the board not looking so great anymore. Not looking so hot. And another aggressive build. But no, burning it down. Sensible move. Got to play the long game here, but it is letting Oscar narrow that gap a little bit. 896,000 points for Ella, 812,000 points for Oscar. Oscar also a level behind, so almost neck and neck. I think Ella was still with the slight lead, but there is not much in it. 936 for Ella, 820 for Oscar. Oscar a level behind. Oh, lovely adjustment there from Oscar, seeing that line come in the next piece. Now stays Tetris ready. Another line comes, and there it is. 888,000 points for Oscar. Ella ahead with 974. Oh, but then a misflip of that J, or not quite getting it over where it needed to be, does mean now that Ella's in a dangerous situation. Not where you want to be. Oh, yeah, you don't want to transition. 978 for Ella, but Oscar tops out at 900. 900,080 points. So Ella does indeed take game number 1. GG's to both players. Pretty aggressive play from both sides at various points in that game. But yeah, Oscar is ready, Ella is ready, so we're just going to get going with game number 2. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, and we forgot to do the whole maybe turning that background thing off. Never mind. We can all just appreciate the Say It Ain't So lyrics again. Favorite Weezer song? Answers in chat. Oh, good choice, Burrito Dad. Burrito Dad in there with In My Garage, or In My Garage as they sing it, kind of thing. Jav and T with We Are All on Drugs. I see. That's a controversial choice, going for something from Make Believe, but I respect it. Like that's a fun song. I'll tell you what, the production on that album as well is top notch. Like I'm not, I think lyrically it's a pretty weak album, but like the production, if you listen to that thing with headphones on, just excellent production, stunning stuff. Now that I've asked that question, I'm thinking, what's my favourite Weezer song? And that's difficult, actually. I'm not sure that I can really... It's got to be something off Pinkerton. Thing is, I think what would have been like my favourite Weezer song when I was younger may not be my favourite Weezer song now. But yeah, definitely something off of Pinkerton. Maybe, I think it used to probably be like Across the Sea. But, in a modern light, that song's pretty creepy. Okay, Ella kind of has accumulated some holes up in the stack. Oh, gets the perfect pieces to burn them out, though. Look at that. And a Tetris, followed by that. 143,000 points for Ella, and out of trouble. Oscar, though, ahead of 158 and just was never in trouble. Is El Scorcho on Pinkerton, or is that Maladroit? I mean, I imagine if you said it's on Pinkerton, it's probably on Pinkerton, right? I don't know. It's been a while since I listened to Weezer. Yeah, but either, I don't know, Across the Sea, maybe Tide of Sex, that one's a good one. Like, just that whole album's fantastic, actually. It's kind of a shame that he didn't go ahead and do his kind of space opera concept album. Like, I'd have liked to have heard that. I mean, I guess we've basically got all of those tracks on, like, Rivers Cuomo alone and all the various B-sides that are available, but, it would have been a cool album, I think. Especially having, like, the band at the time as well. Like, having Pat Sharp, on whatever he played. But having him in the band, I think he made a big difference. I think the band went kind of down a bit when he left. Also, kind of a shame that only the first Rentals album is any good. It's kind of like the Lost Weezer album, as far as I'm concerned. Like Friends of P, great album. Just check it out if you don't know it. Anyway, we should probably be talking about Tetris and not Weezer this entire time. But that's what happens when you have Weezer lyrics in your background. Oh, Ella setting up the Vits and gets it. Delayed Vits. Tugi would not be happy. Oh, just unfortunate pieces for Ella, but is gonna. Wow, I was gonna say it's definitely gonna, probably gonna survive. It kind of depends how aggressive she goes. I mean, we'll have to see. Going pretty aggressive. Finally, the line comes, gets the Tetris, but now so much to burn, like so many holes to fill on top of that. At least they're all in a row though, so not actually too big a deal, I guess. And almost all of them already burnt off, but that just nowhere to put that S. Bit annoying. 373,000 points for Ella at 117 lines. 505,000 points for Oscar at well, was 114 lines. So Oscar with a substantial lead. And we are getting closer and closer to transition. So we do want to sort out those boards. So Ella has cleared it out into a center well stack. But, oh, these pieces just not doing anyone any favors. Finally manages to clear it out just in time for transition. Transition's at 403. Immediately gets a Tetris to bring it to 427. Oscar, meanwhile, not quite transitioned yet. 2 lines away. And yeah, doesn't want to kind of holding out for that line piece, but it might not be the smart move. 1 line, finally the line piece comes just in time, but the stack looking pretty jacked up. Needs another line, and that is going to be a bit of a bungled transition. 562,000 top out, so 563,000 chase down situation now. And I'm pretty sure Ella is pretty capable of that, but anything can happen, so we'll have to see. Ella going aggressive, and it's absolutely unnecessary. But perhaps she doesn't know that Oscar is topped out at this point. And yeah, that stack kind of and oh, that's the thing with rolling, is it like it gives you so much potential, but then, you know, there's also the potential for the mistakes to creep in. Oh, smart placement though of that piece. And yeah, we're not out the woods yet. A line would be nice. Oh, and gets 2 of them in a row, so that did work out in the end. And a perfect L piece to fill that hole. And yeah, there we go. Ella definitely kind of burning away. Almost safe again. And there we go, back down to the bottom. Built it into Tetris. Well, gets the Tetris. 547, so another 20,000 points to do it, and 1 more Tetris. It's built. There it is. There's Tetris. 578. Ella takes game number 2. GG's. Bit of an unfortunate top out there from Oscar, just maybe pushing it a bit too hard, trying to get ahead. But Ella, definitely a bit of a suffer game throughout that whole thing, but does manage to take it anyway. But yeah, Ella's ready to go straight away. Just wants to get straight back into it. And so does Oscar. So there we go. We're not gonna mess around for too much longer. Let's just count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, bit of an unfortunate starting sequence there for Ella, but gonna handle it okay. Has to block the well. Not that the well actually had a Tetris in it just yet. Ooh, nice bun there, actually. It's kind of Those are the kinds of burns that don't occur to me, much to my chagrin. And Ella gets the first Tetris of the game. Well, of her game, but Oscar's already too deep. Ella answers, fires back. Okay, Oscar building an aggressive well. Manages to kind of build out the left via some kind of smart play there. And does get the Tetris. Looks like he's burning down now. Oh no, I take it back. Building back up. Nope, burning down. Thinking better of it. Oh, Ella is in trouble. Oh, but look at that rolling. Manages to get that line all the way over to the right. And there's, not out of trouble yet. But oh no, that is going to be an early top out for Ella. And Oscar takes game number 3 and prevents the sweep. At least. Flying just a bit too close to the sun there. But hey, I'm sure Oscar doesn't mind. Okay, both players are ready again. I just want to... There's no hanging around here. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh dear, not the best of starts for Oscar. Not the worst, but not the best. But, okay, it doesn't... Oh, there's some interesting moves there. And, yeah, there we go. Got a Tetris well again. But, does hold out and the line comes just in time. And last second adjustment there, thinking better of setting up another elevated Tetris well. Better to get clean. Just remembering that it's a Sunday today. It doesn't feel like a Sunday though. Is anyone kind of feeling that today? Like it doesn't feel like a Sunday. Okay, Oscar in not trouble, but kind of stack not looking as healthy as you might want it to look. Let's say. Oh, smart moves there, though. There we go. Burnt out again. Tetris well uncovered. Tetris ready. Oh, and the line comes just one piece too early. Of course it does. Or, a couple of pieces too early, whatever. But that does mean that now there's a hole, and we're building up again. But there's the Tetris, finally. 117,000 points for Oscar, but, Ella is really running away with this one. 274,000 points. And not even 50 lines yet. 209... That is one heck of a pace. How many burned lines is that? 1? Is 52 a multiple of 4? It is, right? Let me think. Yeah, it is. What's that? 13 times 4 or whatever. Oh, and a misshift there, though. Ruining the efficiency. But yeah, Ella with a heck of a pace. 345,000 through 64 lines. Yeah, Oscar wiping his brow, starting to feel the heat. 181,000 points. That is a lot of points to make up. He's got to be hoping that Ella hits some trouble. But there's no signs of it just yet. Ella taking a safety triple. And there's the line. 399,000 points. There's another line, bringing it to 422. There's another one, bringing it to 444. And we don't even have 100 lines yet. Oh, building in a line dependency in the middle of the stack, but gets it. Just a kind of a dreamy RNG happening here for Ella, but like, you know, certainly ready for it. Okay, it's things starting to... Oh, that's so aggressive, but look at that. That is a heck of a dirty Tetris on Ella's side there. Managing to stay super efficient. 514,000 through 100 lines. Insane efficiency here from Ella. And I'm kind of just almost speechless watching Ella's game right now. 561,000. Like, this is one heck of a pace. Another Tetris, 584,000. Oh, setting up the Vits. Like, kind of next level, kind of next box looking there. Being prepared to set up that Vits. 606,000. And we haven't even got to 120 lines yet. There's another Tetris, 629,000. Okay, interesting burning there, but like a kind of a single and a double, and we're back clean again, ready for another Tetris, and there it is, 655,000. One more Tetris left, so not quite a 700k transition, but not far off. Ludicrously close to a 700k transitions. Transitions at 679. Meanwhile, Oscar's board gonna have to clean that out. There is just about enough time with the perfect pieces to get kind of transition ready. Don't want a repeat of the last game. Good transition, but high up. Need some certain pieces. Should have burnt with that J, and that is going to be it. Tops out at 385,000 on the level 19 transition. Meanwhile, Ella at 710 at level 20. Oh, and that spin there. Jesus Christ, what a game. GG's to both players. So Ella is going to take that one 3-1. GG's. Wow. Definitely a Masters level play there. Okay, so we have one more game left, and that's going to be Ella versus the captain. So, a pretty hype matchup, I think. It's going to be interesting. Ella clearly on form right now. I mean, I kind of want to set up the next kind of match, but, well, I guess, you know, Ella's going to be on it, and I think is the higher seed, so, you know, I can set this up while this is happening. Let's see. Let's play to seed number 5. Round 2. And then... Look at that. Pro stream rejigging. Okay, 959 at level 26. Lovely L tuck. There's the max out. A24 at level 26. And captain's got to be watching this and sort of thinking like, oh god. Although, and then sometimes got to think like you have a great game like this, like a great mullen like this, and you know you might be wearing yourself out before you know you actually need to play like this. But we all want to see it. B63. Okay, here we go. We've got the 1.2. That is 1.2, right? Let me think. Yeah, it is. Needs a J. Oh, covers it. I think that might be it. Ah. But a 1.2. Look at that. And a level 30. Here in the Challengers circuit. Okay, so Captain inquiring about same piece sets. That would be pretty neat. Oh, let me sort out this camera as well while I'm at it. There he is. All the way over to the right. Okay, we've got the same piece sets match going on. If you're following along at home, the seed is 6387B9. So players entering their seeds now. So I'm sort of thinking, as I was reading that seed out, thinking like, should it be like BT9? Like when you're counting the hex? But it's like, you know, you would say, or maybe there should be one. I don't know, but you'd say 20, so why not BT? But then what do you do for A? Because you can't say 80, because that's just too confusing. Anyway, can we get the first prediction resolved? Well, I don't know how predictions work, but looks like Pompey is on the job. So Captain is ready. Hey, I think Ella probably is ready, but I'm gonna just make sure. And there we go. Yeah, Ella gives us the ready signal. So let's count it down. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh, we got a 3, 2, 1 tortoise. I've not seen that one before. That's not how you spell tortoise, is it? No. No, tortoise has 2 O's, I'm pretty sure. Tortoise. But, yeah, anyway. Graffy in chat saying that they've got a $5 Dunkin' Donuts gift card not in use. Should they make their own Tetris tournament for it? Only if you're willing to provide an alternate prize for those of us not in America or any place that has Dunkin' Donuts as a franchise. Although I think Dunkin' Donuts exists over here as well. But I very much doubt that the gift card is an international thing. It's probably a franchise, right? So, you know. But yeah, if you could make sure that it works in the UK, I'm well up for it. Can't remember the last time I ate a donut. Did have 2 amazing cookies today, though. Okay, both players have kicked off without incident. 94,000 points for Ella, 117,000 points for the captain. But the captain is also 4 lines ahead, so, you know, there we go. Ella also with the 117,000. Oh, interesting. Last second adjustment from Ella there, and a really smart one as well to avoid kind of a bad dependency. Yeah, it's only redeemable for people in the UK, in the US. That's boo, not interested. Do you think that counts? I mean, I assume that Canada's also not counted, right? So, like, you know, Ella wouldn't be able to take part either. Like, I mean, you know, it's no big deal if I can't take part. But look at these amazing players. Would you really want to exclude either of them? Oh, nice split burn there from Ella, and now building a column 7 well. Line comes just in time. Now waiting for an L or a line to fill in that hole. Oh, I think Captain might have been going for the line spin there and didn't hit it. And now has a kind of... Oh no, I was going to say a complicated kind of dependency to resolve, but the line does it perfectly. But yeah, that column 8 well is totally fine again. There we go, there's a Tetris for the captain. Gotta love how these, you know, actually good players kind of get into these situations and resolve them faster than you can think of anything to say about them. Captain's still sticking with that column 8 well. But gradually getting it down in there. With that J, burns it down and now has the regulation right well restored. Peace has been restored to the kingdom. Oh, nice series of moves there from Ella as well. And resolved that kind of gnarly line dependency in the middle of the stack and gets a Tetris. So 429 for Ella. 456 for the captain. So pretty neck and neck. Oh, nowhere to put that Z though for Ella, so there's going to be those 2 holes there to sort out. But they're almost sorted already. Look at that. And there they go, sorted, and the line and a Tetris. 480,000 points for Ella. But the captain is ahead, 524,000 points. Also 6 lines ahead, so not as much of a lead as you might expect, or as you might think. Okay, interesting decision there for Ella. Kind of backfired, I think. Could have flipped that the other way and it would have been alright. But, yeah. It's still alright. 532,000 points with 1 Tetris still available before transition. Captain's already there, 622. So, yeah, the captain starting to establish a lead. And remember now, we're same piece sets, so, you know, any awkward sequences are going to be encountered by both players, and any amazing sequences, obviously the same is true. Now, I think of all the flex style tracks, this is probably my favourite one. I like the instruments. And yeah, if you were wondering, the music playing as flex style. If you type in !flex style, I think in chat, maybe !music, probably both. You can find out all about that. So search for flex style on Bandcamp. So BTS 1911 in chat, coming up with the interesting kind of play ideas. So a challenge game mode, no Tetrises in columns 1 or 10. So basically enforced center wells. I mean, Quaid would love it, I guess. Not really a challenge for him. Okay, it's been a long time, seemingly, before we've had no line piece. Finally it comes for Ella. And there's another. But the captain's lead has widened. 709,000 points for Ella. 897,000 points for the captain. So yeah, the captain really quite an astonishing pace, in fact. Very close to maxing out on level 26. Oh, a bit of an unfortunate sequence there, though. Means that max out isn't quite as close as it was a minute ago. In fact, it almost looks like trouble is developing. Oh, meanwhile, Ella's screen. Yeah, that trouble is definitely developing there. Oh, but the rolling is letting her maybe get away with it. Just needs a few kind of good pieces, and L would be great. There it is. And yeah, it's gonna burn, probably gonna burn it away. And looks like the captain has switched over to rolling on level 28. Does have the max out, A29. I'm not sure that transition is really gonna work for any kill screen play. So the question is, can Ella burn this down before level 29? I think the answer is going to be no. But, I mean, it's not guaranteed. Crazier things have happened. Yeah, making an attempt, but the attempt is not quite enough. So GG's to both players, but especially to the captain, who is going to take heart number 1. There's some Portuguese chat happening right now. I recognize thank you, and that is it. I think my Portuguese goes about as far as most of my languages, where I can ask for 2 beers and I can say thank you. Okay, looks like Ella's gone off to just shake it off maybe. Notice, is that a guitar in the background, or is it? I can't quite tell if that's 6 strings there or not. Could be, could it be a tenor guitar? It's probably just a normal 6-string guitar, I'm guessing. Anyway, time to stop snooping on people's backgrounds and probably get back to the Tetris, indeed. So, incrementing the first 2 digits of the seed. Ella is ready. Just waiting for the captain to finish addressing his adoring fans. And the captain is also ready. So, we're going to count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Ella with the hydration. Smart move. A smart move that I have neglected. So I'm gonna have maybe I'll have a nice cup of tea after this. Ooh, missed the tuck with that line. So immediately having to kind of, and then, yeah, I don't think that was intentional, but gets the square double tuck. There's that rolling. And yeah, as if nothing happened. Just a crazy play there from Ella. Just drinking, playing with one hand, just showing off at this point. I'm not sure necessarily that makes sense, but a J would have been good, but it didn't come in time. And smart play to not wait for it. And there's the Tetris. Hey Ella, concentrate on the game, surely. Ooh, missed the roll, that last tap on that line, and it hangs it. Not going to be an issue this far down, I don't think. Been a while since I mentioned it. You may have noticed there's that in the corner there, kind of by Ella's hands, there's that little HelloFresh square. I think if you go over to hellofresh.com and use that code, you can get a bunch of free meals. And they I don't know, something about chefs preparing them and stuff. I don't know. I think they send you a bunch of ingredients. They look pretty good, and you can have a nice solid meal. So in between your Raise energy drinks, maybe try a HelloFresh meal. I don't know. Type it in !HelloFresh in chat to find out more about that. See, look at that. Look how nice it looks. Anyway, Ella's Tetrising. 163,000 points for Ella, but the captain did not have the inauspicious start that Ella did and is behind in lines and ahead in score, and that Tetris brings him to 243,000 points. So what is that, like a good 3 Tetris lead or so? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Ella. Maybe just adjusting for comfort, but definitely kind of making some unintentional moves. Kind of unforced errors happening here. Going aggressive though, building the Tetris well up on row 4. Seems unnecessary at this point, but it's happening anyway. And it pays off. You almost don't. Yeah. It's like you almost don't want it to pay off because, like, come on. But it does. Okay, or maybe it hasn't paid off. Ella in a bit of a situation, a little higher up than you might like. You can certainly maneuver there with rolling. But any wrong move, and it can spell, like that, and it can spell disaster. Oh god, this is so tense. Definitely a clip-worthy dig. Jeez. Oh, stop typing at the same time. Play the game. Oh, Ella, what are you doing? Oh, and that is going to be it. 307,000 points and I mean, it's not really an early top out, but I mean, considering the caliber of player here, I'd call that an early top out. And yeah, the captain takes game number 2. So you want to, I guess, increment your seed again to, what is it, 85 now? Yeah. So the captain is ready. I'm just going to wait for Ella to change her seed because I can still see the 7 there. And then I will start the countdown. Yeah, looking good. So let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, that is probably not the way that Ella wanted to start, but does get the double tuck. Now I'm going to have to burn away those 2 lines. Oh, gets absolute perfect pieces to do it. Look at that. Kind of blessed RNG there. Couldn't have asked for anything better. So we do have 7 burned lines there. 7 unnecessary burn lines, but then Ella has shown that she can play ultra efficient. You know, maybe when she concentrates a bit. I don't know. I mean, the kids these days, they love being on their chat and typing and doing whatnot while they're playing, and it's like, oh, come on, that can't help. Like that, you definitely feel like kind of concentration lapse mistakes happening on Ella's side. But none of that on Captain's side. Captain is all business. I said Ella's shown us like an almost 1.3 game, so, you know, maybe her work is done. Lots of different reasons to be playing competitive Tetris. Okay, oh, Ella's bored. Come on, give her the line. There it is. And yeah, this kind of a tense dig on Ella's side. But there we go, perfect. Board clean, and there's the Tetris. Got to be pleased with that. Introducing a line dependency there, though. Fills it in rather than going for the Tetris. Probably the smart play. Captain, though, getting a good amount ahead. And, oh, couldn't get that T all the way over. So he's got that kind of awkwardness now on the board, does Ella. But again, the perfect pieces to burn it away again. And there we go, there's another Tetris. So the captain, though, yeah, a good amount ahead. The captain, with this Tetris at 244,000 points, Ella at 168,000 points. Line count's about the same. A line dependency on the left for Ella. And yeah, nowhere to put that square, and nowhere to put this square either. The affordance, oh, that adjustment. Risky, but it paid off. And now, just going to have to burn away some of this junk, though. It's just a lot of holes have accumulated on Ella's board. And not what you want when you're already behind. And yeah, the lead now on Captain's side, over 100,000 points. But Ella has shown some pretty convincing kill screen play, so... And you know, we're not even close to transition yet, so there is plenty of time to catch up. And there we go. Ella has now cleared out and is going to stick with that left well. Is Tetris ready? Oh, interesting adjustment there. Yeah, it remains Tetris ready after that Tetris. And there's the other one. So one more line would be ideal, really, to kind of transition back over to a right well. But no, well, yeah, the line would give you the perfect. Oh, and just as it was going to be the perfect transition, that is, of course, when the wrong piece comes. But there you go, 2 line burns, and Ella is now back over to a right well, 262,000 points. But captain's lead at this point, 414,000 points for the captain, similar line counts, and a much nicer looking board. Ella now has to hope that the captain makes some mistakes. But the captain has been playing solidly throughout this entire period, really. Just really solid Tetris from the captain. Consistent, solid Tetris. Oh, Ella has a dirty Tetris, just waiting to get banked. But, oh, just these pieces not going to allow her to cash it in. But there you go, there it is, dirty Tetris for Ella, 318,000 points, very close to transition now, probably wants to start tidying this up, I would have thought. But then what do I know? Oh, going for the Tetris instead. Does get it. Now 2 lines away from transition. Surely now is the time to sort this out. Captain transitions with that Tetris, 539,000 points. So almost 200,000 points ahead is the captain. Although the captain's board maybe playing a little bit risky there, but sorts it out. And there's a Tetris. So yeah, the captain kind of basically maintaining this 190,000 point lead. For now, at least. Oh, nice kind of mirrored key tuck there. Not one that you see particularly often. And Ella now playing much noticeably better at the speed. You got to wonder, is it like the 18 is just boring to her, or perhaps like the timing of the rolling works a bit better at this speed than it does on the 18 speeds, or a bit of both. Oh, a lovely adjustment there to get that Tetris. So Ella's board with a few holes, but looks like she's going to burn them out, getting some good pieces to do it. Yeah, just down stacking at this point. Oh, or not. Oh, that was probably... I can't imagine that was what was intended, but maybe. Nice flip there, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. And yeah, the giveaway in chat. Ella's going to top out at 558,000 points on the nose. So the captain takes game number 3. And Ella's not feeling well at the moment. That probably explains a lot of the play, to be honest. Sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better soon. But well, it's advantageous for the captain, as the captain takes game number 3, takes a sweep. And yeah, might as well see him play this one game out. What a great sportsman though, playing, or sportswoman I should say, playing, despite feeling ill, despite being sick, playing and giving us a 1.2 game as well. Like, let's not forget that. The highest game of, well, let's see how Captain's Mullen goes, I guess. But certainly the highest game of this stream. And yeah, I can't imagine that captain. Yeah, that's not going to go to 1.2. So GG's, well done to the captain, who is our bracket winner, blue bracket winner. There is, oh, it's not the best framing of a shot, but there are his legs and his arms. Behold. And there we go. That is the end of the blue bracket. So the captain is going to go on to face the winner of Dan V. Weller and Zefania Nenu. And I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but so you know, keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes on the events list on the CTM Discord. Let's see who we can raid. I think there's some talk about some tournament happening or something. Let's see what's happening. Oh, it doesn't really look like there's actually much happening in the world of Tetris right now. Let's raid the king, I guess. Or XQC? What's XQC? I'm gonna see what that is first before I raid it. Hey, is it live? It doesn't look live. Yeah, no, offline. Let's go with the king, because why not? The king's secret alt channel. He's always good for a laugh. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to check out HelloFresh. I think that's the thing you should probably do. Use our code. But if we go back to the main scene, you can see that code. You know, type in !HelloFresh in chat. Also, you know, check out all the other stuff. Amazon, merch, all of that stuff. I don't know. But yeah. Do all that stuff, and I'll catch you next time. What is that next time, you might be asking, actually? Let's have a real quick look before we sign off. The next Tetris happening is... Oh, it's actually quite a while away. Maybe something will be scheduled before then. But next Saturday is Masters Orange Bracket. And that might actually be on Friday, I guess, for some people. It's 1 AM for me on the Saturday. So tune in either Friday or Saturday late for Masters Orange Bracket. And the day after, you've got Masters Green Bracket. So there you go. Oh no, we're not raiding Pogvandy. Who are we raiding? Oh no, it's just going to end the stream. Now I've got to find someone else to raid. I mean, I can't see anything else happening, so we are going to raid him. There we go.